So, Luke, first game of the National League North season, first 3 points. How are you feeling after today's game?
I'm feeling extremely proud, pleased with the boys. I thought everybody was in a perfect state of mind going into the game, and I think the first half reflected that. And to get the win was just incredible because I thought Scunthorpe piled on the pressure second half, created a few half chances, and yeah, I was just pleased that we got over the line with the 3 points, as you said.
Obviously, before the game, weather was a massive factor. How do you think it had an effect on the game? Did your team stick to the game plan, or did you kind of change it about a bit because of the conditions, or do you think the team just really played well in the weather today?
I think we were on the front foot from the start, and that would have been with dry or wet weather. But I think it actually helped us with the zip of the football on that pitch, which was cut really short. It looks really in good shape at the moment. I think that helped us the way we could turn defence into attack, get it into wide areas with Nico and Maka. And to be honest, Mark Jones was an absolute star first half. You know, he came in deep areas and then could end up spinning 180 and threading the ball through. Ben's got incredible feet, and I think he'll only get better and grow in confidence. But when we broke those lines, and especially broke their defensive line, we looked an absolute threat. And I think Dan Jarvis was disappointed in himself at half time. But to get in those opportunities is what we were asking. The last little bit, we lacked that little bit of decision making and quality, but that will come, and I'm sure we'll get loads right and loads wrong throughout the season. So I couldn't have been more happier at half time.
So Scarborough, they narrowly missed out on the playoffs last season. I think it was on goal difference. So they were obviously coming here with a threat. Do you think personally that we matched them, or we showed that we can be up there with teams like that, teams that have obviously been up in the playoffs last season? Have we shown that we can fight with the very best?
Yeah, it's early to tell. I mean, at Christmas you'll see a lot of a lot more about what teams are going to achieve this season, or could probably possibly achieve. But yeah, no, I think with Scarborough, they're a side that they're on the back end of a disappointing finish to a season. Speaking to their manager before the game, they've spent a little bit more money than they usually have done. So we were kind of under the impression that they would be a danger from the start, and I think we shocked them. I think first 10, 15 minutes they weren't quite on the level in terms of the intensity and the ball speed, and I think that really showed, and we ended up creating those chances because of that. But saying that, they still had a good chance just before we scored, which Crookie made a fantastic save on. So I think it was quite an even game if you look at it as a whole. So, Scarborough, I think, will be up there, top 10 at least, and if not, top six.
So we had a couple of people missing from the squad today, Sydney and Ryan Fryatt. Could you just maybe give us a bit of a timeline or a bit of an insight into why they were missing from the squad, when we can maybe expect to see them over the next few weeks?
Yeah, no, Sydney, he's a really young lad. He's done really well in pre-season, on the training pitch especially. And, in every game I've brought him on 45 minutes at least. He's got a hamstring strain, but to be honest, he's a lot better, and he'll be back, I think, either for Scunthorpe or very, very close. So that's positive. With Ryan, obviously, he's a huge part of this football club and my team. Um, but he's just struggling with that injury. I think it was a lot worse than we initially thought. I think when you get soldiers like Ryan thinks he is, I think he thought he could shake it off within days, and he just couldn't. He couldn't. So we had to kind of reset after 10 days and say, look, it's a proper injury. Let's treat it as a proper injury. Take the load off. So I couldn't put a timescale on. You'll have to ask Daniel Rosillo.
And last little thing, obviously we'll probably catch up a little bit later on in the week. We've got Scunthorpe, travel to Scunthorpe next Saturday. Obviously taking massive positives from today's game. What are you expecting from next week's visit to Scunthorpe?
Well, I'm hoping a good atmosphere. I haven't been there since about 2012, I think it was, and they've had a huge fall from grace since then. The fans have obviously gone through a bad few years and end up in the Conference North, which isn't ideal for the size of the club. But it's great in a way for the other clubs because they're obviously the giants. They're expected to breeze it and walk away with it. But yeah, we're excited to go there, and I think that for a staff and for a football club, I think just to look at the fixture as a league fixture, Peterborough Sports versus Scunthorpe, you know, it just shows how far the place has come, because, like I said, 10 years ago, they were probably close to 8 leagues apart. And that's just football for you, that, you know, now we meet in the middle somewhere. So, no, we'll be giving it everything, and, you know, quietly hoping we can make a positive impact.
Thank you very much, Luke. Enjoy your
Cheers.
evening.